My background up.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Twinster Pod.
It's us again.
We're so excited you're here with us. You know what? We love recording our podcast together, right?
We do.
We do. It's fun. We kind of we want to make you laugh. We hope we do, but we love spending time together and talking about memories and all kinds of stuff. And today we have a special podcast for you. But before we tell you the theme, we have to sing our theme song,
That's right.
our little jingle. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Hi, I'm Amy,
And I'm Lorraine.
and this is the Twinster Pod. Jazz hands.
Everybody do it. Jazz hands, everybody.
Hands. Okay. And we stop the
sing.
band. Sing. And wait, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, and sing. Funniest people we know. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Us.
That's right.
And you guys, if you've joined us on our podcast before, then hopefully we have made you laugh. But today we think the theme, our title of today's podcast, we think is really going to make you laugh because food, our favorite F word. We dropped our mic. Because listen, if you know us,
Oh, my goodness.
you know, we love food. We love food. Yes, we do. We love food.
Well, we grew up with a bunch of great cooks. I mean,
Good.
both sides.
Mhm.
So we had the food.
We did. And one person that really influenced us and gave us just some of the best food ever. And if you know her, you love her. And that is our grandma, Rosalie Mildred Horsley, which she hated her middle name and she rolling over.
She said her middle name was not Mildred, though, but
I know, but it was. But I can guarantee
that's for another topic.
she mad right now because I gave her middle
She's
name.
probably rolling over.
She's like, oh no, she didn't. But well, Rosalie, Grandma Rosie. So she was one of the best cooks pretty much ever. And if you
Oh,
know
yeah.
her, you love her. And if you don't, you're going to hear a couple stories today about her. And then you'll know why we absolutely love food because of her.
And probably when she said Grandma Rosie, you thought in your mind, if you know her, one of your very favorite things that she made. So
Yes.
there's a lot of people out there that she fed and
Mhm.
just made happy with her food.
It's true. She was famous for lots of different food items. And one of the very favorite things when we were kids, and Lorraine can attest to this, we can still taste them in our mouths.
Oh, yeah.
Donuts, homemade donut
The
holes.
donut holes. Yeah.
Let's talk about those for a minute. You go.
Well, I know Mom and Christy just made them the other day
Tell them who Mom
when
and
Mom was
Christy is.
there.
Mom
So
is
Mom
your mom.
is our mother. She was the guest last time. And Christy, Chris Horsley, she's our little sister. She's not little, but she's 3 years younger than us. But yeah, she's a great cook too. And so her and Mom made some the other day. But yeah, Grandma would just and and everything we make that Grandma used to, it just doesn't taste exactly the same
Right.
when we make it. But yeah, she just whipped up these donut holes and fried them in her. Do you remember that little black fry daddy she
Yes.
had? She stuck them down in that little fry daddy. Oh, they were so good. And I mean, we thought, we would have paid $1,000,000 for it. It was better than Dunkin' Donuts. It was just better than anything because Grandma made them for us, and it was special. She'd roll them in powdered sugar, or she left some of them plain powdered sugar, and then I think she made icing for some of them.
And then cinnamon and brown sugar.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And
Cinnamon sugar. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. If we spent the night, we always knew for breakfast she was going to feed us
Yeah.
one of the food groups, and that's donuts.
And do you remember when we were little, she made homemade Play-Doh for us to play with? We love that too.
She's so talented. She was such a good
Yeah.
grandma. Love her so much. We
Yeah.
desperately miss her.
Yeah,
She was so fun.
one of a kind. But I know one thing that she's famous for church people everywhere and just family dinners is her coconut pie.
Oh yeah.
And Christy is really good at those. She is real. She still makes those for a lot of family gatherings and gifts. And but yeah, is that the what you have on your wall, the
Yes.
wallpaper that Perry turned
Mhm.
it into?
Yes.
So
It's
cool.
great. The funniest thing about that is, and I'll have to share a picture. Maybe I can do that in the comment section of our podcast video.
Yeah.
But it's her coconut cream pie recipe, and it's in her handwriting, which I love.
Yeah.
So I get to see her every morning when I
I
walk into my
know.
kitchen and love it. And the funny thing is down at the bottom, because she basically measured with her heart, right? She had recipes, but she'd be like, we'll loosely follow it. And at the bottom of it, I think it says a pinch of this, maybe a pinch of that. You might have to try to see if it tastes better if you do it
She
this
didn't
way.
measure anything. Yeah.
No. So she'd write recipes out, but then she'd always add like a little added thing like, but you need to measure with your heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, the coconut cream pie. And one thing she made a lot for people, and they would, and I think that they would be like, you can charge us, Rosalie. She'd be like, no, I'll make them for you. Noodles for every like
Yes.
Easter and Thanksgiving. How many batches of those did she make?
I mean,
Okay.
numerous.
Yeah.
Who knows? And then we taught Matt when he was, I think he was about 10. We would go over there
Tell him
some
you had
Saturdays
it.
and grandma,
Tell them you had it.
he's our nephew. Um, we would take him over there before grandma passed away so that he could make noodles in her kitchen and he could whip up pies too. And he loves to cook.
Does he still
And
remember that going over there with Grandma
oh yeah,
Rosie? Yeah.
oh yeah, 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 he does. And you know, I can remember on the farm, I'm sure our cousins Lori and Diane are listening to this, and so Grandma and Grandpa had 5 granddaughters, and we would go out there and spend the night and just play on the farm, and I mean, those were just such good memories. Like she said, Grandma was such a hard worker. I mean, that
Yeah.
woman would get on the tractor at 5 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and then she would come in at 11 a.m. and fry chicken, make homemade biscuits, homemade gravy. She'd probably whip up a pie. I mean, she worked so hard, and then she would go back and get on her tractor. And so, um, she was just the best mom, the best grandma. Um, and we just have such good memories of her food. I mean, I can remember like even eating, she would just put together like a roast beef and potatoes
Yeah.
and put her secret ingredient was a little bit of sugar
Oh, well,
in
everything.
everything. When
Yeah.
she would fry potatoes, she'd put a little bit of sugar in it.
Mashed
But she would,
potatoes. She puts
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
gravy, chili, sugar.
yep. That was her secret ingredient. And she would just put together this roast beef and potatoes and put a
Mhm.
little bit of sugar and some vinegar and call it hash. Do you remember
Yep.
that?
I loved it. It
Oh,
was
it was
so
so
good.
good. Or how about her macaroni and tomatoes?
Oh,
She would
yeah.
just
I forgot
boil
about
macaroni and
that.
open a can of, yeah, I don't know, just
And
diced
I
tomatoes
think
or
if we
something
tried to do
with
that,
sugar.
ours would not taste good. Like you actually have to have grandma's touch.
It's true. I
Mhm.
mean, mom, when she comes here to visit us, she'll make fried potatoes and
Yeah.
she'll say, here's the secret, and you don't
Yeah.
stir much, don't put the lid on them, slow crisp up. And she's like a little sprinkle of sugar. That was Grandma Rosie's secret. So that's
Yeah.
probably why we love sweet stuff so much.
Oh,
But
right. I always say, I like to work out. I'm still working off macaroni and cheese that Grandma Rosie had us in 1979. So,
it's so true. And remember, and I won't, Lori and Diana will remember this, but she made us angel food cake for our
mhm.
birthday with
Yeah.
her homemade icing. Oh man,
Oh,
I
yeah.
miss that. It
Yeah.
was so good
Yeah.
every year. So good.
Yeah. Grandma Rosie was just one of a kind, funny, fun, sweet. She could cook. She'd do anything for anybody, just the biggest heart. And I can still hear her, baby girl, you'd walk in her house. Lorraine, what would you say as soon as you walked in?
Well, I would walk in the back door to let her know I was there, and I'd go, yoo-hoo.
Mhm.
She'd go, yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
So she'd know I was there. Oh, I miss
I still
that.
have a letter. Okay, let's tell. This is funny.
Oh gosh.
So about in 2000 and probably 16, it was about a year before she passed, I would say. Maybe a
Okay.
couple years. Okay. So as a baby, if you heard my mom talk last weekend or a couple weeks ago in our podcast, she said, I cried all the time. Lorraine was a good baby. Lorraine slept right through me crying because I had chronic. Okay. So fast forward to a letter. It was a birthday card I got from Grandma Rosie about a year or so before she passed. And it said something like this. You were a difficult baby, and I walked the floors with you and carried you around as you cried for hours and hours. Bless Lorraine's little heart. She was just a perfect little baby and never cried. Happy birthday. That was my birthday card.
Well, and she said how nice and sweet I was, and that,
Yes.
you know,
You need to be more
you
like
need,
you need to be more like Lorraine. Yeah, that was in there too. You need to be more like Lorraine. I was like, and this is my birthday.
happy birthday.
Was like, I'm pretty sure maybe you should. This is Lorraine's birthday card. Where my compliment at?
What
So
can I say? Me and Rora were like this.
she was nothing else. She was honest.
She was brutally honest.
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
So
And she ran the world from her kitchen table. In the later years, when she didn't get out much, that woman sat at her table and she knew where the neighbors were going, where they were coming from. And
yeah,
if she didn't, she made it up.
she sure did. Be like, where are they going? Well, I think they went here. They got home at this time. I mean, if the cops needed to know anything, they could have just called Grandma.
Oh, seriously. Because she knew. Well,
Mhm.
there they go out for lunch again. They just went out for breakfast and there they go again.
But I think didn't she keep like a journal and she'd write it all down?
Every day.
So
She
Mary Kay
wrote.
Bradford backed out of her driveway at 6:30 this morning. She drove back in at 9 a.m. Not sure where she went. Gonna go ask her.
Oh, Hillary will get a kick out of that. Yeah, seriously. That's about. She kept journals, not really exactly of that, but she would always write down the temperature and what she knew that everybody was doing today,
Yeah.
and just little stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
She was fun. Such a good cook. So fun. We for sure miss her. It's just like your sometimes heart hurts just by missing,
Yeah.
but you always say, and I know everybody that's listening to this has had loss, you've lost someone. So you hold on to the memories just like this. And so we would encourage you that, if you have somebody like that in your life, talk to your just like we're doing and share memories because you might remember something that they don't and
Yeah.
vice versa. And it just almost just like it might give you a tear, but it also helps just give you peace and comfort. And you're like, oh gosh, yeah, I forgot about that. It might even make you laugh about them.
It's healing, keep alive and talking about her. And yeah. And one thing I would encourage you to is go see your grandparents if you still have grandparents, because there was never a time that I drove by her road and did not go see her.
Yeah.
I made time, and in the last years when I knew, she was getting up there and she couldn't get out of the house much, but boy, she still had her noggin. And I was very fortunate to live 10 miles from her, and I never drove by her road and didn't go see her. And I'm thankful that I was able to do that.
Mhm.
Not everybody is, but if you are, go see them, go spend time with them. I mean, it meant the world to her. Or I take her a small Coke and a cheeseburger from McDonald's and or something from Dairy Queen, and she just loved it. So yeah, we don't have grandparents left anymore, but if you do, go spend time with them and maybe record them telling you stories about their life, because it's fun to listen to.
It is. It truly is.
Life.
And sometimes, you remember something or you're like, somebody says something, you're like, oh gosh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Almost write things down, as somebody reminds you of something, especially if you hadn't remembered, because, after you are are gone, when are those memories going to continue on? And if you've got them written down somewhere, wherever you put that, whether it's on your Facebook as a memory, that's why I try to share a lot about Grandma Rosie, just different things.
Yeah.
Those memories pop up and other people, can see them as well, especially if you've tagged several family members, or just, write them down. You don't put them on social media, but just write them down in a notebook somewhere so that you have those memories with your family.
Or record them talking about it. I think Christy did that once. And that's priceless, now that grandma's gone. So yeah,
and
keep the memories alive.
What I love is I've got things from Grandma Rosie that what I love as we close out before we do our little ending, things from Grandma Rosie that she touched. So I know that her fingerprints touched it, her heart touched it. And so I love having things in my home that are from her. So, you may not want things from your relatives. You're like, that's not my decor. I don't really want that. No, you do. Think about, even if it's just a couple things that that their hands were on, things from our dad. I love things like that. If mom has things, she's like, well, this was your dad's. Yes, I want it because his hands touched it. And that's special to me, especially as you get older. You really appreciate that.
Yep. Agree.
Yep. So, okay. Food from Grandma Rosie. Our favorite F word.
Right.
It is. It'll never be not our favorite F word. We love food.
It's true.
So, in closing, we always try to make you smile. We hope we did already, but we always try to bring some funny memes because honestly, remember what we said. There's Lorraine and I, now that we do this podcast, I send her memes all the time. And Lorraine, how many times we bust out laughing?
Oh, yeah. There's some good ones.
And there's some that we can't share with
hilarious.
you, but if you want us to, we'll send them to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Not appropriate.
Email us.
Just email us, yes. And so I'm going to let you go first, and then I'll go second, and then we'll close out our podcast.
Okay, well, this is something you may not know, but if you sneeze and fart at the same time, your body takes a screenshot.
I've heard that.
There you go.
Don't you just like any mindset? You're like, click. Yeah.
News for the people. Okay. And then this one. My wife and I decided we don't want children. It was a difficult decision, but we're telling them tonight.
Bye, kids.
We're kids, yeah. So
bye, kids. Good luck.
And then one more.
There's parents out that are like, oh yeah, we felt that way.
Oh, yeah. Bumped into a mannequin and said sorry, and then said, oh, I thought you were a person. Then I realized I was still talking to a mannequin. I'm this level of awkward.
Yeah, like sorry, I've done that. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm sure some of you can relate to that. So.
Of course. Well, a couple of these kind of go with our podcast theme today. So here you go. If you think you can win me over by bringing me food, you right.
Yeah. That's right.
Bring us food and tell us we're pretty.
Tacos.
Yeah. Girl, I'll take a taco now. Here's a good one. I hate a menu with no pictures. There's a little cuss word in here. I'll skip that for our mom's sake. TF. There we go. I'm gonna do imagine the plate. I hate a menu with no pictures. TF. I'm gonna do imagine the plate. Here's another one. Here's the problem with fruit. It's inconsistent. Some apples are delicious. Some taste bad. Sometimes blueberries are great. Sometimes they're disgusting. You know what's the same every time? Doritos.
Well, that's a girl, yes.
Her time. Whoops.
Her time.
And here's my one. And Lorraine and I for sure relate to this one. One thing we know how to do is turn $1,500 into $2.38.
That is the truth right there.
It is. Anybody else?
All the coupons, the discounts. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Thanks to our mother.
Or you have $1,500, you spend all of it and only have $2.38 left.
Oh, well, that took a turn.
Oops.
Oops.
We don't know what that's like at all.
Give me 1,500 and we'll find out.
Okay. We'll split it and we'll see who keeps it longer. If somebody wants to send each of us
Oh,
half,
you doing the math?
I'm hang on.
750.
Thank you. She's the smart one. I need a calculator.
Gosh. Blur.
So with that said, we do hope we made you laugh today and hopefully helped you maybe conjure up some memories and think about your family members who have maybe given you some memories with food. Think about that.
Yeah, some good memories.
Good memories. So with that, we hope you smile this week. We hope we blessed you. Join us again for another episode of the Twinster Pod. And we thank you for joining us for this one. Heart. We'll see you next time.